live on TV.
Okay. So what was
I'm
that again?
impressed.
Sorry, I was getting this. We're live now. So you're watching what?
Oh, the WWE Unreal on
Is that like a
Netflix.
reality show, like or a behind the scenes kind of thing for
Yes,
WWE?
it's a documentary style of the making of like what they do. I love
Unreal.
anything like WWE makes, like the way that they edit their shows, their documentaries. It hooks me the fuck in. And that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite pastimes lately. Like I'll watch the WWE Legends or Rivals. It's so entertaining to me. But it's like how it's edited, how they do their fucking magic basically. It's so entertaining.
Yeah, I'm like seeing the trailer right now, and it's. I mean, I don't have the sound on, but like the editing, like the coloring and the camera and stuff looks really cool.
I mean, at like the way they keep you guessing,
Mm-hmm.
but they tell you just enough, and like the way gosh, I mean, they know how to fucking write. They're amazing writers. That's how they're still very popular
Gotcha.
to this day.
Oh, so there's
They
two
know what
seasons
they're
of this
doing.
out. Nice.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the first season. Like I knew it was out there and I just wasn't interested, but social media has shown me enough clips of this season that I'm like, okay, fucking fine. Fine, bitch. I'll watch.
Ooh.
And I really enjoyed it. And a lot of people are like, I don't want to see, the behind. It's like they're not telling you absolutely everything.
Right.
It's just enough that I'm one of those people, I don't mind looking behind the camera, but I'm also the type of person where I usually won't watch a movie that's not a comedy by myself unless someone tells me about it and spoils it for me. And then I get interested and I'm like, okay, I actually want to watch this because before I had zero interest. And then when I have something spoiled for me or like books being made into movies, I'll look up the ending
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, I like this. I want to see this. I'm weird like that. I like
Right.
spoilers. Spoilers make me more interested. Unless it's something I want to watch, like a Batman or a Marvel's movie,
Mm-hmm.
or like the Naked Gun that just came out. Like I won't watch, or like the Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
I never watched any trailers for that. I absolutely refused because I wanted to go in not knowing a thing about
Right.
it. And that was a lot of fun. So things I'm actually interested in, I'll stay away from. Things I'm normally wouldn't watch. If it intrigues me enough, like when I hear the ending, then I'll go watch it even by myself and really enjoy it and be like, I would have fucking missed this had I not spoiled it for myself.
See, what I like to do is if my wife is watching some like series or movie that I find completely stupid, I'll just Google the ending. But then, so I'll know the ending, and the whole time during like the series of the movie, I'll just start saying weird shit to throw her off of everything. She's like, "Oh,
Oh,
I think this is what's gonna
it's
happen."
evil.
So, but she watches a lot of like, right now she's on like a Lifetime kick. Like every time I come in the bedroom, she's watching some like '90s Lifetime movie. With like, what was it? Cameron Candace Burr gets like raped at a frat house or something.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm like, why don't you watch something happy? She's like, I like these movies. There's one she really likes where like everybody in school gets like syphilis from the same guy.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, the Lifetime channel is a thing for a reason.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like, I,
So between that and she also watches, um, was it Law and Order SVU like religiously for the past
yeah,
like 15 years. So she's,
my mom
yep,
did and does the same
yep.
thing.
So she's like, my wife pretty much thinks like everybody out in public like wants nothing but to just rape and murder other people.
This is why I stick to comedies. I want to laugh, I want to be entertained, I want to be uplifted. I don't want any of like the weight of the world on my shoulders as I'm trying to decompress from the day.
Right. I'm like, what do you want to watch this shit
You know,
for? Like,
right. Like I don't understand it either. But every now and then I am in the mood for like really depressing movies. I remember one time me and my roommate, something happened. I can't remember what. We came back and we were both kind of in the same mood. And I was like, do you just want to watch really sad movies? So we watched A Fault in Our Stars. And I don't think Me Before You was out yet, but like movies like that are just gut wrenching
yeah, see, I won't watch those.
over and over. But like it was a weird cathartic thing. And I did it with another friend, but it wasn't that type of movie. It was more like the romantic, but like hopeless romantic type. Like it didn't always end out well, but it
Hmm.
was more because she was kind of depressed about her relationship at the time.
Yeah.
Chicks are weird,
Did
man.
you ever see
We're
the
fucking
movie?
weird.
God, I think it's called The Breakup. It's Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston.
I saw it when it first came out. I believe, a freshman in high school
Let's say I was
going
probably.
through a breakup myself, and I was the fifth wheel watching it.
Oh, nice.
So it was
But that was
a
like
fucking nightmare for me, and I've never watched it
the
since.
first. I remember watching that because I was probably a senior in high school, maybe, and I remember watching it in the theaters with my like then girlfriend, thinking like, oh, okay, it's a rom com. Like, how are they gonna work this out? And it was like the first one ever where at the end that I had watched where at the end is like, oh, they don't get back together. Jesus, like I didn't know how to feel about it. Like,
Dude, as a kid, like I hated it because of that. But if I were to rewatch it now, and I've seen some clips from it, I'm like, ooh, this would hit a lot different. But I'm good on that. Like I don't need that emotional pull or tug.
oh
Like
yeah,
I'm all set. I'll just keep watching my WWE shit
yeah.
and just
Speaking of
laugh
that,
and watch half naked men fight. Like,
your girl Rhea Ripley, real name by the way. Do you know her real name?
Demi Matthews.
It's like Demi Bennett.
Well, she's married,
Oh,
so I didn't know her maiden
on
name, but I knew
IMDb she's
her
listed as
husband's.
Demi Bennett, and she plays herself slash Rhea Ripley. But her IMDb picture, she either needs to update it or she just likes it. But she's still blonde, but she's still hot.
She was like real beat. Oh no, she was way young. She's like 19 there.
But then I read it's like, oh, she's Australian. I was like, oh yeah, that picture screams like Australian goth surfer girl, you know. But born in '96, man,
Yeah,
to be
she's still
young,
pretty young.
to be young. Well, I guess well. So she's 30
She's
this
like
year.
20, yeah,
Huh.
29 almost. Yeah.
Oh, when it said when her actual birthday, October 11th. So yeah, she's like 29. So yeah, still young. It's a young man's game, unless you're,
Her husband's a lot older, but
Is her
they're
husband
in.
in like the wrestling world?
He is.
Huh.
He's fucking huge. Like
Like
they're about the same height, so
like
he's probably
swole,
like 5'10" or so. But he's fucking massive.
like swole massive or like fat massive.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Swole like crazy,
I'll have him watch.
muscular.
Yeah. Yep. So that's cool. I'm trying to think of like some other rom coms that don't work out in the end. I'm drawing a blank.
I mean, most do.
Mm-hmm.
What I can't. Oh fuck! I can't remember even what we watched that day.
Oh, I
Fuck.
was gonna look up when that movie came out. Uh,
Well, that's about a bitch. I'm losing my fucking memory. I was just having this conversation too.
2006. So I was, depending on when it came, I graduated in '06. So depending on when it came out, I was either a senior or just graduated. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, I remember like watching that. I was like, wait,
I was a
I don't think they're
I
gonna
was a
get.
sophomore. I'm sorry. I was a year older, but
I remember watching that. Like the closer it got to the end, I was like, wait, I don't think they're gonna get back together. This is weird. Never seen a movie like this before.
Yeah. I'm sure they exist. I mean, like The Devil Wears Prada, but I wouldn't really call that like a rom com.
Yeah, no. I don't know why. It'd just be like a comedy, like a dramatic comedy, maybe. But
Yeah. Fuck, I wish I could have remembered what the fuck we watched that day. And it might have been the maybe Me Before You was out. So we watched something like that.
I don't know that
I mean,
one
that's such a
either.
beautiful movie. It's dude, it's so good. It's Amelia Clark, the girl that played
Yeah.
Khaleesi,
Uh huh.
and it's the guy. I don't he was in Hunger Games in one of the Hunger Games movies. He was good.
What's it
I
called?
think his name is Finn or something like that. Me Before You. So his character gets paralyzed and
Oh,
she becomes
yeah.
like a caretaker with no skills. I guess she doesn't need a whole lot. I don't know.
Sam Claflin is the actor's name.
But holy shit, like it's one of those ones, it's just fucking rips your heart out. So that was definitely one of them.
Yeah, see, I won't watch those. Like what you said, like Fault in Our Stars. Like my wife watched that. She's like, "You should watch it. It's so good." But she like cried. I was like, "Why the fuck do I want to watch a movie that you're bawling crying over?" Like,
I'm sorry, but how do you feel about The Gladiator?
uh, beautiful movie. I don't
It's
cry.
wonderful. You cry at the end and you're like, I'll fucking watch this again. It's kind of like one of those same things. You know, it's not as exciting,
I'm also like, even
but
if
it
they're not like gut wrenching sad, I'm also like, I'm not a huge fan of like personal relationship movies. You know, like I tried watching that fucking
fair.
Blake Lively one with my wife, and I was like, I just don't care.
Absolutely not.
I was like,
I I
I just
even
don't care.
I found out the synopsis of the book and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking watch that.
I made it like it must have been pretty early. I made it to the point where the guy talks about he's like, "Oh, I'm a neurosurgeon." I was like, "You're like 29. On no planet on Earth are you performing brain surgery at 29." And I was like, "No, I'm fucking done with this." I was like, "If I want to see Blake Lively, I'll watch The Town." Dirty girl Blake Lively.
Oh, and then we just found out she was like, "Hey Ben," recently.
Oh, was she? What, trying to get like him to like testify for her, or
No, it was on RPR, so kind of tuned out because I do that really bad during the show. But she had emailed him about something. She was asking him some question, but I tuned out. But like, yeah, the in the unfolding of all this bullshit, they're finding out like Taylor Swift talks shit with her, and yeah, she sent Ben Affleck a fucking email. And it's just like, bitch, you are insane. But it's just like that's how you got where you are today because you're insane and you used it to your advantage and
yep,
you you remember everyone, you keep everyone close and you know,
yeah,
ask for fucking favors because like Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
yeah. There you go. That was Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky,
Well, yeah, yeah. Squeeze me.
or according to Ross, that quote was actually from Lee Harvey Oswald. But no, but yeah, like that or like The Notebook. I think I've only ever seen The Notebook once. I was like, okay, it's a great movie, but I'm not watching
I
that
don't.
depressing shit again.
Yeah, I don't understand the hype of that movie. I didn't then. I still don't now.
Yeah,
And I even remember dudes in college being like, "I love this movie."
that
They were
was
like
just I
watching it
tried to
and they were
like
like, "Shut the fuck up!" And I was just like, "Suck my dick, you stupid
if a guy in
bitch."
college at the time was like, "Oh, The Notebook's a beautiful movie," it's just like him trying to like get girls, like, "Oh, like he
He
had."
was a bitch team roper that used to steal my cigarettes, but he had one of those fucking big Mack trucks
Mm-hmm.
that could haul the big ass fucking trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you fucking
Yeah, like the big F-550.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but he was as cheap as shit and was still oh, I was so angry. Anyway, enough about that bitch. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I'm so angry now.
I think I don't even know how we got there. I think we started talking about breakup movies. I don't know. Um, of course, the best breakup movie in history is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
This is true.
I
This is
probably, Charlie, I promise you, me and my wife watch that movie probably once a week.
true. That's fucking wild. It's like y'all's
It's like
fucking
our
safety
thing.
blanket in
Yeah.
a movie
It's like, well,
form.
what is like nothing. There's like no new show on we need to watch. We can't figure out a movie. And also, we're just kind of like not really interested in focusing on something. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's either Forgetting Sarah Marshall, 13 Hours, Top Gun Maverick, or F1. And we just put it on. And then we're like, we'll talk. And then, like, but when the part, like, we'll know when the part we like's coming up because we'll, like, both immediately stop talking. And, but
That's adorable.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall has become such a favorite movie for us that it's like our love language. Like, we
Uh-huh.
quote it to each other daily. Like, honest hand to God. If a day goes by that we don't quote for something from Forgetting Sarah Marshall to each other, that is a very rare day.
You motherfuckers have to go stay at the Turtle Bay or whatever
Oh,
the fuck
Turtle
it's
Bay,
called.
trust me. We talked about it and staying in the Kapua suite. I was like, well, I was like, well, we can't afford that. And I was like,
I was about to say, it's
for
like just I would just go and stay there. I
like
wouldn't
for
worry about
I was
that
like for
part.
one night, if we had the money, just like for one night, and then stay in a normal room the rest of the time, just so we can say we stayed in the Kapua suite.
I highly doubt it even exists,
It's
you
actually it's
know.
called the presidential suite, but it is a suite with the piano and shit in it. Yeah,
Right.
and Turtle
But it's
Bay is
not
a real
called that.
resort.
So
We've looked at it, but
I
even the normal rooms there are wildly expensive.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Like that's fucking Turtle Bay. It's like the fucking place. Um I actually know a lady that would do like a Verbo every time she went. They had a fucking blast.
that's
I'm like,
what my
maybe that's
brother and his family go quite a bit. Not quite a bit. I say about every other year he takes like his wife and kids to Hawaii, and
mm-hmm.
they typically do like an Airbnb or a Verbo. Um, they like it, but he travels so much that like their flights are paid for essentially, like with points and
Oh
stuff
nice.
like that. And I think the last time they went, or maybe both times they've went, like he would be in work in Japan for a week, and then just have like his wife and daughters fly to Hawaii, and then he would meet them there because it's kind of halfway. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know how they do it, but he goes to Asia many times a year, so he gets all sorts of like points and shit. So
Yeah. My first boss, her son's children were stationed there with their mom, so they went, if not multiple times a year, at least once. And they would always bring like a slew of people with them, like their kids' friends, their grown kids' friends, and then their friends would
yeah,
go. So they would just make a whole, so they would fill up a whole house, but they're not having to go out and eat every single meal.
yeah.
And
That's what my brother
they,
said. That's why they do like the Verbos and Airbnbs, is because he was always like
yeah,
groceries are expensive there. Like that is true. Like it is. You go, you're like, oh shit, that's expensive. But when you
yeah.
go out to eat at a restaurant, you're like, oh fuck, that's expensive.
It's way worse. And, you can do sandwiches,
hmm
easy stuff like that. And then for dinner, they would also do excursions where they would go and fish and then they would eat that. And,
Yeah.
you know,
So, but I know my wife wants to go to Hawaii like super bad. I don't know, impartial to it. I'm sure it's beautiful, but I feel like you can find places in like the Caribbean or the Bahamas that are the same.
dude, I think you might be onto something about that because I think my dad was about the same way because he got to go when he was about a teenager with his parents. And I always like would rave to him about it and be like, "Oh, was it amazing?" Um, excuse me. And he was just kind of like, like just very non, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? And so I just kind of thought, well, maybe he doesn't like that shit,
Maybe. I mean, some people don't
you
like
know?
beaches. I know people that like hate going to
Right?
the beach. Like they don't. They'd rather be like the girl lady who does my hair. We're pretty good friends, and like she's like, oh, like no. If I given the chance, I'd go like hiking in mountains before going to the beach. It's just not my thing. I was like, okay, like fair enough.
Yes. I do think my dad was a bit more like that because he did love it when we went to Garner State Park here. We went hiking and it was just, tubing,
Yeah.
kayaking, all this kind of shit like that. He loved that. But we never went on, he was not, yeah, no. We went to the beach one time. One time. And, a lot of the times it was Ruidosa, which is in the mountains in New Mexico, which is actually pronounced Ruidoso, but us Texans are like, Ruidosa.
Ruidosa.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Ruidoso, that's fucking dumb. Ruidosa rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, no, your dad. It's like, oh, you're probably like, young Charles, like, Dad, can we go to Hawaii? He's like, I got something better for you. And then 2 days later, you're in fucking Tijuana.
Okay, so when I was 14 for spring break, my dad did take me
I know.
to Cunha.
That's why I brought it up.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, again, my memory, I can't remember what fucking stories I tell on here.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, not Tijuana though, Cunha.
Runaway Slav says
Yeah.
Ruidosa. He loves Ruidosa. Got to go back. Snowboard emoji? Is there snowboarding there?
Yes, in
Okay.
the Sierra Nevada mountains.
Gotcha.
It's where I've snowboarded. Who said that?
Runaway Slav. But
Let me turn on all
yeah,
messages. Oh, now I can see
yeah.
it. Slav, that's fucking wild that you know that. Who the fuck are
I think he
you?
brought it up on here before, and a couple people do what you were talking about. But that's another thing we've talked about doing is
I hear
going
someone.
like we're within driving distance of like Colorado, maybe like going skiing or something. But I don't know. I'm more of a warm weather person to be honest. But
Yeah, I mean, my dad made us rent bibs, which I thought was so embarrassing, but like, our giant coats covered it.
hmm
Uh, but I was never cold, which was really
oh, typically
nice.
while you're like actually doing like snowboarding or skiing, you get hot. You know.
Right, yeah, like I was never uncomfortable, which was great. But I remember my dad telling me like you have to put on sunscreen. And I was like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" And he was like, "No, seriously, like the
Yeah.
snow will
If
reflect
it's really
the
sunny,
UV
it
rays."
reflects off the snow.
Yes. So like I remember I got like on a little carabiner thing, chapstick
Yeah.
to protect, and it had SPF in it, and I had that motherfucker for like 5 years.
Said Bob, or I guess that's Womb Raider. Bibs are superior for snowboarding because you're on your ass all the time.
Dude, we so I remember telling my dad, and the first time I went, I was in the fourth grade, and I was like, I want to snowboard. And my dad said, absolutely fucking not. You're skiing. And then as we were like passing by everyone, all the snowboarders were just sitting down. Like they didn't know what to do. And he was like, do you see why? I said no. And I was like, touche, old man. Touche.
See,
But also,
I've only ever
sorry.
snowboarded really like skiing. I've tried to ski both on snow and water, and like my feet do not coordinate together well enough for it.
Really? I was about to say it was so fucking easy.
See, for me,
I
snowboarding's
love
way easier. Like my feet seem to like in my hips coordinate better in that orientation and locked together than ski. Like I can't figure out skiing. I can wakeboard really well. I could like, I've never actually surfed in the ocean, but I've done like wake surfing in a
so
lake. I could surf pretty well.
interesting.
I could,
Yeah.
back when I did snowboard, I could snowboard really well. Um, but yeah, like my skiing, not a chance. Like I can't do
See,
it.
My dad put us in, like, a training school because we had never skied before, and he had. So he kinda went off on his own, was like, "I'm gonna go do my own shit. Y'all have fun learning." I just went with my sisters. I didn't realize there was, like, age groups, and that I wasn't supposed to be with my sisters. And the guy didn't realize until, like, we were about to go on the lift. Like, I had learned everything, the french fry pizza, all this shit. And then he was like, "Wait a minute, how old are you?" And I was like, 10, whatever. And he was like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be in this group." And I was like, "Those are my sisters. I'm not fucking leaving people I know." Because I was still a very shy child. I'm like, I'm not, this is not going to happen. I will make a scene. Um,
So, but yeah, I mean, it must be like a just a
oh,
personal
so,
thing.
sorry. Miraculously, I found my dad, and I went with him and my dad, Tom, and we went to like the top of the mountain and went down in that same day. And my sister said, "Fuck this!" One of them crashed out on the bunny um, lift,
Hmm.
and they went back to the lodge house.
Yeah, I can see that. So that the last time I went snowboarding was my first anniversary. So fuck, 10 years, 12 years ago, maybe. I snowboarded like through middle school, through high school, and then kind of fell off of it for probably 7 or 8 years. And then for our first anniversary, my father in law took me and my wife to Germany for Oktoberfest. And we went to we flew into Munich, and then the first couple of days we drove down to Austria.
Sorry, I was not that. This was something else. I'm sorry.
So we drove to Austria to like this tiny little ski village up in the Austrian Alps called Hintertux. To this day, one of my favorite places on earth. But the reason why I went there is because Oktoberfest technically is at the end of September, and it was the only place in the Alps that had snow year round. So we're like, oh, we're gonna go because he was a big skier. My father-in-law was a big skier at the time, so we went. None of us thinking like, oh, the reason why there's snow all the time is because there's snow at the very top of this fucking mountain. So I was like, oh, I snowboarded like in high school, like and stuff. Like I should be fine. We take
Uh,
like it's like an hour ride on all these gondolas up to the top of this glacier. And then like we're like on the gondolas with it is like the Czechoslovakian like youth ski team, like national youth ski team, and like the uh the Australian women's Olympic snowboard team was there practicing.
it's like I'm staying on this bitch and
And it's
riding
so funny. Like I'm
down.
seeing all this, I was like, I haven't snowboarded in a long time. I think when we get to the top of this thing, like we're gonna be out of our element here.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, I'm like Ralphie Wiggum. Like I'm in danger. uh, Funny enough, there's an adult beer league hockey team that plays where my kid practices, and they're the Wiggums, and their jerseys have like the Ralph Wiggum picking his nose on the front of it.
Oh.
But and the whole time we're on these gondolas, because it literally was like an hour to get up there on these gondolas, these big lifts. And
Holy
my
crap.
my father-in-law was like talking shit about everyone having helmets. He's like, helmet, like, come on, helmets. And we get to the top, and he's like, oh shit. And then so he's by the end of that day, the second day he skied, he's like, I'm renting a fucking helmet. But I got to the top, and by the way, when you get off the gondola at the top, you still have to get on the like T lifts to the actual top of the slopes. Never in my life had I ever even seen a T style lift. I'd always done chair lifts. Where you sit on the chair and it takes you up.
Uh-huh.
A T lift is essentially just like plastic T hanging from like a retractable cable on the wire that pulls you up. And for skiers, it's easy because you just sit on the T, like you just sit on it and it like kind of pulls you up. For snowboarding, you have to like put it between your legs and balance as it's pulling you up. And by the way, it's not like it wasn't smooth. Like it would stop and jerk and do all this stuff. And like the path up to the top on this lift, you know, it's not powder either. It's been worn out to where it's just ice. I never made it to the top. Like I could not figure it out. I keep falling off and have to like slide down and try again. So I was like, after the first day, I was like, fuck this. There was a path
That
that went
makes
down
sense.
to, there was like a pretty easy path that went down to like the middle gondola on the way down. So I actually like snowboarded down that pretty well. But yeah, for the life of me, I could not figure the fucking shit out.
I'm not doing this.
So the next day when everybody was skiing, I hung out in this like super dope uh, Austrian ski village, smoking Cuban cigars and reading books and drinking beer. So,
Yeah, see, like, that's
and
the way to do
one
it.
thing, and I tried, I cannot explain it, but
What's a better memory?
there's
I'll just
something
ask you
about
that.
the air, like the air there was like the cleanest, crispest air I've ever breathed in my life, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. It's
Nice.
why like I don't like people are like, what do you mean? I was like, it's just you smell like you're like, oh man, like yeah, now that's some good air. But one thing on one of the gondolas during the actual like winter months, you know, like the whole mountain is a ski resort, you know, and they have an Olympic sized ski jump ramp there. And we went
Oh,
over top
shit.
of it on the gondola. And I was looking at that thing and I was like, I don't know how anybody in the world works up the balls to get on that fucking thing. I love like Olympic Winter Olympics is like my favorite Olympics by
And that
far.
shit's starting right now, right?
It's starting in a couple weeks. And I
Yeah.
love the ski jump, but then when I saw what that thing was in person, I was like, holy fucking
I
shit.
could, dude, the TV makes things look, in those kind of perspectives so much different.
Yeah.
Well, like you see it and you're like, how the fuck do you have the balls?
Well, I was looking at it, I was like, how do you even, because I mean, to be
Us.
an Olympic ski jumper, I'm assuming like most Olympic level athletes, they've been doing it since they were children, you know? So I was like,
Like, I mean, like not to that degree,
I know,
but
well, I'm sure like a kid's not
ramping,
going to the very
doing
top of the
doing
thing,
wild fucking
but
shit.
like to have the balls to go to the top of this ramp. And then at the bottom of the ramp, I mean, it's like a drop that you're jumping over. Like it's the most insane. I was like, how the fuck does anybody work up the balls to do that? One thing I would like to do in my life is to ride in a bobsled, though. I would say do a luge, but at this point in my life, I cannot risk learning how to ice luge by myself. But if it was like some professional bobsledders, they're like, oh yeah, just like jump in the car and we'll push it and jump in and we'll take you down. I'd be like, oh, dope, let's do that.
I don't think I know the difference between the two then.
Bobsled is like the four-person like car.
Right. I remember Cool Runnings.
Yep. Luge is just like the little like single person
Of the little sled.
little sled, and luge is the single person where you go down. I believe luge is where you go down feet first, and then you have the skull, which is where you go down head first.
Oh my.
Like that's I
Honestly, okay, so I watched Super Mario Brothers this past weekend with my family, the live action one, and I
with
completely
Bob
forgot.
Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Yes, and I completely forgot they had this scene in like the ice tubes,
Yeah,
or the tubes that were iced over, and then like the Goombas were on top, like they were doing that head
yeah,
first thing
yep.
on the mattresses, and I was fucking like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about this. And my sister said the same thing, and we were just not like dying laughing, but just like, holy fucking shit!
I used
Like
to. Funny thing is, I
this
used to
movie is
love that.
wild.
Like when that movie like first came out
It was
as a
the
kid,
fucking best,
loved it, and I
right?
watched it probably like 10 years ago. It was on like some random channel. I was like, oh shit. I got like halfway through it. And I was like, I can't fucking do this with this fucking movie.
If you look at the IMDb on it and look up like what happened during it and all the injuries that everyone went through and the drama and how much people hate it, it's a different movie to watch. But I still keep my childhood perspective of like, I loved this and I'm going to remember the reasons why I loved this so much. And even fucking Yoshi, that is terrifying,
Yeah, it's like a
mind
baby T
you.
Rex from
Not
Jurassic Park
cute at
2.
all. But me as a little kid was like, this is motherfucking Yoshi. I love him.
Yep.
He is the best. So like I still am like, I love him. He's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But damn it, I love you.
So
I just realized though, when I watched it, it's Princess Daisy. She's not Peach. She's Daisy. Like I knew it was Koopa, and I remember him. I only played Mario 64, so I'm like, oh yeah, Koopa, but I only know Peach. Like who the fuck is Daisy? And then now I know a little bit more about it. She actually does exist. But it was my sister that brought it up. She was like, "Oh yeah, it wasn't until Mario Wii that I found out Princess Daisy existed." And I was like, oh, "It wasn't
yeah,
until fucking now that I found it." Like, duh. But then I was like, "Yeah, Mario." Well, Mario actually had like a lady in that movie, but I was like, yeah, it was she was Luigi's girl, not Mario, so she's not Peach. I just thought they made up Daisy. No, she's a part of the Mario universe.
so I put which is
Ooh,
better? I put a poll in the chat. Which is better, Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics?
that's hard.
See, I like winter. I think I just get more into winter. There are events in summer that I get into. Um, but
Honestly,
Winter Olympics, like most things in Winter Olympics, I can just put it on. I'm like, yep, I'm into this.
right? Like
Like,
ice skating and like on the luge ship. But then it's like in the summertime, it's like I want to see gymnastics, and that's about it. And it'll be like
yeah,
fucking running.
gymnastics. I typically
I don't
like
care.
I'll end up finding some like obscure sport in Summer Olympics that I for some reason follow. Like
Dude,
this,
the
the
shooting. It's
shooting
that
one
one
this
dude from
last
like
year
Turkey or
was like,
whatever.
or like for some reason like I got really like on board with women's archery in the last Summer Olympics. I was just like bored at work
Interesting.
and just started like deep diving into women's archery.
Mhm.
Same thing with women's water polo, but that was mainly because the underwater camera guys for women's water polo understood the assignment, So,
Ooh, Slav summer volleyball butts.
yeah,
Point for fucking
that is a
summer.
point for Summer Olympics. I get it. But like for another
But
reason,
for the pure entertainment, that is not the buttocks
oh, I'm not for
variety.
when they volleyball. Like I'm not watching any of the actual fucking volleyball. I actually find volleyball to be
Right.
one of the most obnoxious sports on the planet. But well,
I
and
played it in junior
also
high,
in the
and the
Summer
coaches
Olympics,
hated
something
me.
that makes me roll my eyes so hard is men's gym volleyball. I'm like, come on,
Our
guys. Like,
my
come on.
freshman high school coach was a college volleyball player.
See, I don't get it. I'm like, come on, guys. But I mean, Winter Olympics, you have like curling. I get really into curling. Uh,
Interesting.
all the luge sports, so like bobsled, skeleton, luge. Um, I really like the snowboarding and ski events. Like the
Yeah.
downhill stuff and the half pipe stuff. Out like
That's just way more fun to watch than
mm,
running. Like
what's
it's
crazy is like,
incredible
have you
you
seen
can
like
run
the
that
half
fast.
pipe? We've been seeing people do half pipe on snowboards for decades now. Now they do them on skis, and I'm just like watching people do these tricks on skis in a half pipe. I'm like, holy shit!
Dude, I remember I did a few 360s because I hit ice just perfect,
Hmm.
and it just spun me around, and I kept going. But like, so it was like I literally didn't move. I was like a statue, just 360. And my dad was like, "How the hell did you do that?" And I
So
was
like,
like, "I
well,
did it.
some people just got it. Some people just
It
got it.
just
But
happened."
in
Well, I was
reality, you're
like,
just skiing along, and next thing you know, you just see the world kind of like, and you're like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was a little bit slower than that. It was like a slow turn, so it was like I was like, "Oh shit," but, I wasn't gonna try to I just wasn't I was just going down, ice just made me, you know, and I just kept going. My dad was just like, "Bitch, what the fuck?" And this was my first time skiing ever, and I was like, "I don't know, man. It just happened. I don't know what to say, but
So,
that was fucking cool."
well, I would like to get back into snowboarding again. I think that'd be fun. Or now, like, I've been volunteered to help on ice for my kids' hockey practices. So I guess I got to learn how to play hockey now. So I might end up playing
Yes.
hockey. His friend's dad, who's also a coach, has been like begging me to like join his beer league, and I was like, well, maybe. He's like, yeah, we typically play at like 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday nights. I'm like, oh, dude.
Bitch, the fuck are you talking
I
about?
mean, at
10:30
10:30
is
on a
when I'm getting
Tuesday.
my motherfucking ass in
Yeah, about
bed.
10:30 on a Tuesday, dude. I'm either asleep and or drunk. Like, not playing
Like, what do
hockey
you
at
know?
10:30 on a Tuesday night.
On a Tuesday? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Mm-hmm.
I can't, I no, I can't with, I am fucking childless. I have a cat. Yeah, I just
There
said
he is.
cat, and he's like, what? What, bitch? What?
Who
Yeah, you.
disturbs me from my
Okay.
slumber?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you. I got that motherfucker. I'm in bed by 10 or 10:30.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that.
What?
He's at
You
work.
have two fucking kids, let alone a spouse. Like, bitch, what the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking about at 10:30?
because it starts
Are
at
y'all divorced
10:30, so I'm not
dads?
gonna
That
get
would be
home.
the
It
motherfucker.
starts at 10:30, so I'm not getting home at like until like midnight at a minimum. You know,
Right?
like
Like,
no,
right. Or like, are they divorced dads? Are they all
no.
fucking
He's a work from
single?
home guy though, so he just sleeps in every morning.
He can check his phone in the morning.
Mm,
Yeah, I've heard some people do this. It's definitely
not me. Oh, no. I had to work.
but
My kid had the
still.
flu this week, so I worked from home for Tuesday and Wednesday. And I definitely like I'd wake up at like 7:30, check my emails, and then yeah, go back to sleep for another hour or so, and then come back. But
As long as you don't miss anything, as long as, if you need to send something, you do that, you
mhm.
communicate that, like, but it's like, you know. Um, but this is still coming from someone that just has that bitch.
He was probably pretty
And I
self
feel
sufficient.
like 12 o'clock is way too fucking late. I would fucking never. Who the fuck, like,
Yeah, so like okay, I get home at 12. Realistically, in bed by 12:30. Like if I move, like I don't do anything with my hockey gear, I just go take a shower and jump in bed.
yeah.
Asleep by 1. And then I wake up if my kids wake me up at fucking like 6:30
Yeah.
after I just played an hour and a half of fucking hockey. I would feel like trash.
Mm-hmm. Sleep is very important.
That's what I keep telling my
7 to 8
kids.
hours isn't a fucking joke. It's for real. But and not to point fingers, but fucking men always seem to be the ones that are like, I can get 5 hours of sleep and be fine. Stop doing that to your fucking brain.
See, I used to be like that, and then um, it got to the point where like probably every once a month to maybe every 6 weeks, I would just feel so terrible that like I'd tell my wife like, "Hey, you got to watch the kids tonight," and at like 6 o'clock, I would take like a shot of Nyquil and just pass out until freaking like 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. the next day. And I was like, "Yeah, I got to start getting more sleep. I still don't get enough sleep. I'll get
It,
7.5, 8 hours, and I'm still like by the end of the week, I'm just like, fuck."
yeah. But it's not, and it sucks because it's hard when you make the effort to get that amount of sleep. but your sleep is such shit
Yeah.
that you don't get rest. You don't feel revitalized in the morning. And that's a fucking hard
Yeah,
road to
especially
be.
now with like the puppy. Like I don't get
Yes.
the right amount.
It's
Like
like
I
having
don't
a
get the
little
right kind of sleep
baby.
because he doesn't sleep on the bed with us. He gets too hot. But like in the middle of the
Mhm.
night, he'll like be walking around, and that wakes me up. Or just randomly licking himself for like an hour. And I'm just like, God,
Dude,
fucking stop. I was
I
like,
got
just
to
ignore it. I was like,
experience
how do you
that.
ignore like blah 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 right next to you for an
Yeah.
hour?
I got to experience that this weekend sharing the living room with my sister's dog. She usually sleeps on the couch with me, but then she'll get too hot. She goes on the other couch because I make out her a little blanket bed. And she woke me up in the middle of the night just licking her paws. And I'm like, bitch. Like, I can't fucking hit you because you're across the fucking living room, but could you please stop the fuck doing that? My cat's perfect. Freddy is perfect, and when the day he dies, I will die inside because he doesn't do that shit, and he gets up and fucking leaves the room a lot of the time. It's perfect.
Or the
Perfect
worst,
pet.
the worst is when either the kids or my dog wakes me up for something like 10 minutes before my alarm's supposed to go off
Do you have an alarm for the weekend? Or like on the
on the
weekdays?
weekdays. The weekends aren't bad because like my kids can like go make themselves cereal and shit, you know?
Right.
But like, God, it's like, dude, my alarm's going off in 10 minutes. Why did you come fucking wake me up right now? It's ruined everything for me.
Dude, okay, so like you say this, and it makes me think of my childhood. And it really makes me laugh because I can only imagine what my niece's childhood is like. Because my sister was the absolute worst person to wake up. I I mean, I haven't had to, do this a lot, but like I have had to wake up men that were in the military and have PTSD, and waking this bitch up was scarier than that. Her husband is a Marine. And instead of waking her up at 5 o'clock in the morning when he would get off of work, he would go walk around Walmart for an hour to an hour and a half before he woke her up because she was that fucking scary.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking terrifying. So I was a young teenager and I was like, I have to go to school. And this was after she was partying all night, like kind of tying back to the getting little sleep because my mom, like, our mom was sick and she couldn't always take me. So she would be like, tell your sister. Little did she know she was out fucking partying all night.
Right. By the time you woke her up, she had just fallen asleep.
Yes, literally. And so she was just, you know, I have fucking problems to this day waking up people. And if they give me any kind of grief doing that, aka my ex, like it's like, please, for the love, do not make me wake you up because I hate every single fucking moment of this. I fucking hate this. It's the worst. Because you are such a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Can't, I don't want to deal with this.
Right. All right.
And so she's better now.
Nice. All right. Let's
But,
get to the question of the
okay.
week here. One second. Let me check something real quick. All right.
Dude, I'm getting work texts. This is fucked up.
All right. So, what's your dream vacation spot? Charlie, what's your dream vacation spot?
The Maldives with perfect weather or Fiji with perfect
Mm-hmm.
weather?
Of course. Very. I'd probably say that's probably mine. Especially like
Like
one of those.
over the
The
water
yeah.
cabana,
The little hut
the
over the water with the
works.
glass floor and shit. You know, the
Yes.
Maldives actually probably won't be a country for much longer.
As long as it stays as beautiful, I really don't give a
Well,
shit.
not like politically, like because it's just a string of sand islands, so it's like rapidly deteriorating. So the
Oh,
actual
well,
government of the Maldives is reaching out to like other countries in the area, like Fiji, but I think isn't Fiji technically Indonesia?
it's Tahiti.
Tahiti, okay, but they're like trying to like buy land from neighboring countries to move the country to because like they think like in the next like 15 to 30 years the islands that create the Maldives won't exist anymore, which is sad.
Where
Uh
they don't have that fucking Saudi money, like Dubai, they can make their own fucking
fucking island,
sand
yeah.
islands.
Somebody said they're perfect. Okay, this isn't from last week, but whatever they are hiding in Antarctica. So you want to go to Antarctica to see what's hiding in Antarctica? The Nazi
I
secret
don't
Nazi
know if they're
bases?
actually hiding anything. I mean, it could be demons. That is like the craziest thing that it could be, but it's most likely that it's such a huge block of ice and there's no resources that flying over it is such a risk
Mm-hmm.
because of like death that all countries are like, yeah, there's nothing here. Who gives a shit? But it is kind of weird that all the countries agree.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? But it's also, I don't know. Like, we can go to the moon, but not Antarctica.
Oh, that was Runaways in the chat. He said Runaway Slav said that was his. Um, Antarctica, like
Demons.
this. So back in October, I went to like a work conference and was talking to a guy who did like a cruise from South America to Antarctica. Like he said, they weren't allowed to get like go on to Antarctica, but they like kind of cruised around it. And he said it was really crazy. I was like, I bet it is. I was like, 'cause there's no like it's this massive area that like nobody can get to and you can't be on unless you have like special permits and shit. But I actually saw a thing about Antarctica where like there's trapped lakes underneath the ice that
Mm-hmm.
have like ancient like million-year old bacteria in it. And part of the
Oh,
reason
I've heard about the Arctic. I don't know if I've heard about the Antarctic though.
Antarctic is like there's these massive lakes like deep like miles underneath the ice that have all these like crazy like 50 million year old like
I
bacteria in it,
know.
and they're like worried about like what happens if somebody gets infected by this bacteria, and like we don't know what it is, we just know it's there. Kind of like what's the movie It, not It, The Thing,
Oh,
with Kurt
I've heard
Russell.
of that. I've heard a lot about it. I know a lot about it. I've
It's a
never
great movie,
watched it.
but Antarctica would be cool, like just as long as you like have a way off of Antarctica if something goes wrong. Let's see, next one. Galway, Ireland. It's like Nashville, but more Irish folk style cover bands and hotter women. Also, the coffee shops make legit Irish coffees, and it's by the ocean.
So somewhere like Kilkari and like is it Kilkari and Kilgary?
Yeah, I mean it's Ireland. They have all those weird fucking names. Galway has plenty of songs about the women in Galway, so it must be a pretty nice place.
Yeah.
Prague, Czech Republic, to go to. This must have been our Asian friend. Prague, Czech Republic, to go see Alicia again. I think
I was
he's
gonna
in.
say like I have an old ag teacher that would
KCS is in the
go.
chat, I think, right now.
He works at TCU as the ag teacher there, and he'll go summerly to Prague. And he goes to the churches and they visit a lot of farms there. So like it's really fucking cool to see the same agriculture stuff as we do here
Mm-hmm.
in Europe, but then their architecture, their culture, their
Oh yeah,
food, all that. Like it's so beautiful to see. But
oh yeah. Like I've
I
been
mean,
to.
yes, that is a part of their culture, so you can also do that too. So
I've never actually got to spend any time in
yeah.
Amsterdam, but a company I worked for when I first moved to Iowa for many years had manufacturing facility like an hour north of Amsterdam. And I got to go there once and I got to see all the tulip fields and shit. That's pretty
Oh,
wild.
yes. That's very cool.
I think doesn't isn't Joel's wife, doesn't she live in Prague?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I love watching his stories because he posts a lot.
And that
They're
was,
there right
I
now,
mean,
and
what you're talking about,
they're
like the history and the architecture. That was like when I went to England 2 summers ago, and Wales and all that, the UK. Like I went like the pub in this little fishing village we were in Wales. Um, the pub was founded 100 years before America gained independence. It was
hmm
founded in like 1774 or something like that, or 1674.
I was gonna say that was 2 years.
1674, called the Griffin. I was like, man, like, and you like walk. I walked through London, and like most of the buildings you go in are like older than this country. Granted, they probably had to be rebuilt a couple times, but
Yeah.
still, it's wild stuff.
Right. No other country has been under the same constitution as long as we have, so
Hashtag winning.
like yeah, you've been around longer, but your shit's been fucked up a lot longer.
Yep.
We have that, so
Suck it. Uh, the crawl space under Charlie's house.
joke's on you. You're under the ground.
I'm about to say you're probably on
Under
like on a
crawl
concrete
space.
slab or something, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Plus, if there was a crawl space in Texas, I'd imagine it'd be full of like brown recluses and rattlesnakes.
Well, like it wouldn't be inside the house
Mm.
necessarily unless there was an outside way in.
Our old house in North Carolina, and I mean when I say old, old, the like lady who built it, her and her husband built it in like 1940, and
That's awesome.
I'd go under, like I went underneath there one time to see what like if there was any insulation under the floors because it got so cold in there. There was none, but what there was millions upon millions of like, I call them cave crickets, but apparently they're called camel crickets. They're like these big, like they're probably about this big, their bodies, and they're like oval and they have these massive legs. Ugh, gross. When I saw that, I mean, they were like piled on top of each other in like piles underneath, like in between the floor
Yes.
joists.
I've
At
seen
the,
the mummy. Get me the fuck out of here.
at the time, I worked at Lowe's. It was like when I was in school, and I went to Lowe. I went in and said like, "Hey, I need the best bug bombs we have." He's like, "Oh well, there's these," and they came in like packs of three. So I bought 4 3 packs and just chucked them like fucking flashbangs into the crawl space. And I went into work like that night, and the guy was like, "Oh, like hey, like how'd the bug bomb go?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know, I haven't gone down there to check." He's like, "Well, how many did you use?" Like all of them. He's like, "All 12?" He's like, "Well, how big is your crawl space?" I was like, "The house is like 800 square feet. It's a small house." He's like, "Yeah, one of those does like a 1,400 foot crawl space." I used 12 of them. I was like, "Oh yeah, so there's probably like dead birds on the roof of the house." Like I
So
called
they
my
should be
I,
doing it for a while.
I called my wife, be like, take the dog and go stay with mom and dad, because my mom and dad live next door. I was like, go hang out with them for a while, open the windows, maybe unplug anything with a spark to it. I don't know.
Good lord, dude. Holy shit.
I just went full Third Reich on our crawl space.
No kidding. Oh gosh, dang, man.
And the next day, I went like, so when I got home, I like opened like that night. I opened the like little door, hatchway door to the crawl space outside and like let it air out. And I went in there the next day. Not only were the crickets not hanging anymore, I couldn't find dead ones.
Well, maybe they had all like left out
Scurried
of
out. I was like, either that or I used so much
escape.
of this fucking bug bomb it just like evaporated them. I don't know. Like did I just like nuke a bunch of damn crickets?
I mean, like On the plus side, you didn't have a fucking mess to clean up. The mess cleaned itself up.
I
So it's like,
guess.
that's fucking rad.
And then we moved to Iowa into another old house, and we had house centipedes. Oh,
Oh.
creepiest fucking things. Have you ever seen one?
Uh-uh.
Hold on.
We have millipedes outside of my parents' house, so I grew up with those motherfuckers, and I hate them to this day. But you hit them, and they curl up into like a spiral, and then you just and then kill them.
Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah. Horrifying. And then, so I have a cousin who actually works for a very big university as a, I always get this wrong. He's a professor of entomology?
Entomology.
Bugs.
Mm-hmm.
I always say anthropology, but like, no, it's entomology. Anthropology is
Entomology.
humans, right?
Anthropology.
So he's entomology. So I called him. I was like, dude, I've got these fucking house centipedes. Like, how the fuck do I kill these things in my house? He's like, well, technically, you don't really want to kill them because they eat spiders. And I'm like, well, for one, I don't want
They're
either in my
riding
house.
on each other.
Like, for one, I don't want either in my house because I fucking hate spiders. And now you're telling me these things that are already terrifying looking eat spiders? Like my biggest fear in life, fucking spiders. Two things in this world I cannot stand: spiders and paper towels that don't rip perfectly on the perforation.
See, I can't do snakes.
Snakes don't. I mean, I'll
Spiders,
avoid like a normal person. I'll avoid snakes, but snakes don't like terrify me.
dude, I will like freeze in my tracks. But like, we have rattlesnakes.
That's true. Yeah, we do not have them here.
Venomous, awful. You hear a fucking rattlesnake, it'll, to the point, my fucking Great Dane saw one but it was dead. She just saw this motherfucker, froze. Then I was an asshole and knew it was dead and went up behind her. Rah! She jumped up about 2 foot and like flew inside the house. Um, but
But
I act the same way. Like I freeze the fuck like, oh my god, I fucking hate them.
well, to be fair, like if I lived somewhere with rattlesnakes and I heard the noise, I'd probably like, shit. It's almost like
Last time I saw, I got in my car and used it as a weapon.
as one should.
It still didn't fucking die. So the mom was like, let's get some wasp spray and get me the shovel. And I was like, you are a crazy ass bitch. But okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a question for next week. What terrifies you the most? Next one. Under Bill's bed. You're not gonna have a good time, man. I promise you.
It's like there's nothing because my wife makes sure there's nothing.
Yeah. There's
It's completely clean and vacuumed.
there's like Tupperware stuff that has like wrapping paper. My kid's like crazy ass fucking hockey skater resistance band thing. And then probably like at this point a bunch of dog toys that just fell under there. Um Next one. Alaska. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
My brother spent a summer in Alaska and loved it. My mom visited him and said it was dope. Probably the only cruise I'd ever go on at this point would be like an Alaskan cruise because that's kind of like the best way to see the state is from a cruise boat.
My grandmother used to go on those with like old
Yeah,
ladies.
yeah,
You know, loved it more than anything. And then my cousin, her husband worked, he was a lineman and he did a lot of work in Alaska when they were first engaged. And so she would go up there and visit him and the pictures were beautiful and they would go like fishing, salmon and all whatever kind of fish they could catch, which were it was a fuck ton.
yeah.
And then he met like a ice road trucker type person and he was like, oh yeah, I go shoot a moose and my kids and I eat on it for the entire
Like year
winter, and we
probably.
don't have any issue with meat. And I was like, this is fucking nuts.
Yeah, it seems dope. Woom in the chat said my uncle went to Alaska in the army and never left. I have a really good high school friend who married a guy in the army, and they were stationed in Alaska and lived there for probably like 10 years. Recently moved back to North Carolina, and I asked her about it. She said they moved back. I can't remember the details. Something to do with like her family, like they needed to be there for a little bit. Which is like the first chance we get, we're going right back to fucking Alaska.
Yeah,
Granted, I think they were like Anchorage, so like a bigger city, or maybe Juneau, one of the bigger cities in Alaska, which is probably still not that
yeah.
big to be honest. But no, my brother went up there after graduating his undergrad, between like his undergrad and his master's, and worked on like a commercial salmon boat in Alaska, and said it was just the wildest thing ever.
I I literally can't imagine. Like I've watched some things that can show you, but
Oh, he like showed me videos that he took while he was there. It was nuts. Like when my mom came to visit him, he had to go pick her up like on a bigger island. Like they were staying on a small island,
yeah.
and like he had to go pick her up from like a bigger island on just like essentially like a, what do they call those, like the rigid hold. It's like a dinghy, but it's like rigid, but it's got a little outboard motor on it. It's probably like
Mhm.
it's probably like 15 feet long, you know. And my mom had a video. They're on it, and as they're going across to the next island, a bunch of like fucking whales are swimming like right beside them.
The hunchback.
Yeah, like massive, massive, massive fucking whales. They're on this like little 15-foot inflatable fucking boat. And I was like, well, that's
Dude.
cool. Then I started thinking about, it's like, wait, there's a pod of whales the size of skyscrapers swimming around you. Like, all one has to do is move the wrong direction and you're fucked.
I don't mean like, but they're so intelligent. Like
I
they
know, but it's
feel
still just like, ugh.
vibrations. Like they know. It's like they know.
All right, I'll give you one
It
guess on what the next answer is.
Juan's mom.
Juan's mom. I need to. Do I still have the sound?
Oh my 69, dudes!
That one works. I need to figure. I need to like actually post this one. So what we got? So A is.
Dragons!
That's a good one. B is.
Oh my lucky
I'm gonna go take a restroom break while we're doing this.
We only got three more, so. What's the next one? C.
69, dudes!
Okay, that's a good one. And D is sad trombone. Yeah. While we're doing this, I'll do another. I'll do another poll. Let's see.
I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
fine.
sorry. I'm
No
sorry.
big deal. No bigs. All right, next one. We only got like three more. The Caucasus. Okay. Hold on. Let me. I'm pretty sure I know where that mountain range is,
It's
but
like Transylvania,
right. I want to say
Romania.
it's like Eastern Europe, right?
Yeah. Slovenia. Latvia, maybe. I don't fucking know. Which is funny, they say like, oh, Caucasian. This is like, no motherfuckers are white. Hey, this is white. This is Irish and English, baby.
So it's like a mountain range. God, why won't it let me zoom in here? It's kind of like in the Asian steppe, like Turkey, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Armenia. So yeah.
Yeah, those little motherfuckers ain't this fleshy color. Like Armenia, you have to think Armenians like Kardashians.
Yeah. Yeah. The pictures look beautiful.
Oh, I can imagine.
I'd imagine we know some people that probably have done some off, like, military stuff through those mountain ranges. But it's
That's
gorgeous.
weird.
All right, next one. Berlin, 1939. I didn't say we could time travel.
For fuck's sake.
But, that dude with the weird mustache knew how to draw a crowd.
Would you be accepted? That's the question.
Zermatt. Again, sounds really familiar. Watch this be something I don't need to go looking up on my fucking phone. Oh, Zermatt.
I'm already over it. Because I don't care.
Ooh, that does look pretty.
Oh. Oh.
Is that the
bitch.
Matterhorn in the background? It's kind of like, well, nice. Well, cool. Hopefully everybody gets to go to their places one day. I mean, if you want to stay under my bed for a week, whatever, I'll give you a good rate. Dig a hole under Charlie's concrete pad that her house sits on. Yeah.
Just pay for my fucking winter bill. If you want to help me be in warmth more than 68 degrees while we get to 6 degrees at night, let me know. I will share my Venmo account with you. Keep Charlie warm.
They cancel school for tomorrow because with the wind chill it's
Keep
gonna be like
Freddie
negative 40.
warm. Or I'm really hoping the fucking heat stays on at my house and at my mom's house. Just
Yeah.
keep if you pray for that.
Yep. I think it's
For
good.
Charlie's mom.
Everybody's getting it. So stay warm, everyone, and yeah, be safe because, like I said, it's going to be really cold here. The power company's sending us all sorts of emails about what to do if your power goes out. And
Yeah, mine said keep it on 68, and if you leave, keep it on 58. And I'm like, that sounds really fucked up.
yeah. But all right. Well, for Charlie, I'm Bill. This is Dinner Nation. Love you guys.